Every January I try to reset my habits. This Moleskine is my new habit tracker for 2026, and I want to make a leather cover for it. The problem is, it already has an elastic band. A simple piece with flaps for the front and back would cover the elastic, or I could cut it off. I don't want to do either of those things. So in this video, I want to design a cover that works with that elastic. Let's get to it. My name is Ted with Legacy Brand Leather. My philosophy behind Legacy Brand Leather is about passing the torch, or sharing a passion, craft, or heirloom with the next generation. Every year, I like to take a step back and pay attention to where I've been, because if you're not tracking anything, it's hard to know where you're going. This habit tracker is based on a build-your-own system that other content creators like Dominic Hart and Peter McKinnon have shared. I'll link those below. I like the flexibility of it, and I like making things I'll actually use. Instead of buying something new, I wanted to make a cover for the notebook I already have. Part of that is the craft, and part of it is just slowing down and making something with intention. Anyways, for this project, I want to do something a bit more rustic, so I'm using a Frida Mocha side from Tandy Leather Factory. This one is a chrome tanned leather, so it's a bit more supple. In the earlier part of this crafting, I was making this with intent to cover a 10.5 inch by 8.25 inch moleskin, and the size I had was 11.5 inches by 9, but I had to extend it a bit, so I'm using the original piece as the flaps, and then I made the 11.5 inches all the way up to 12 inches to give myself some more space. You can see here using an edger that with chrome tan leather, it likes to kind of pucker up like that because it's so supple. So I've recently opted as a trick to use a straight edge, and that helps keep the leather intact as you're going to be edging it. You get a nice crisp edge when you're beveling that. From here I'm dyeing the edges, and I do this before adding some toconal that's mixed with water 50-50, and then I'm going to burnish those edges. Now this is the moleskin I'm going to use, and it has this elastic band that I would like to keep intact on the outside. So the question is, how do I do that while I'm going to have a cover that's going to cover both the front and back? And I've seen this online. I'm going to use a hole, not sure which of these hole punches, but this is just a punch set from Tandy. Put a hole roughly here and here, large enough for the elastic, and a slit so that the elastic can be fed through and it's not going to just be hidden underneath and I don't have to cut it off, because I still want to be able to use this and keep it closed. That's the plan. Now just to find out which of the holes would probably be best for the elastic. So the elastic is exactly 7 inches apart, and that means that it's a square 1 inch from each corner on the top and the bottom here. I ended up using a 1/2 inch hole punch, and that ended up working perfectly. From there I'm using a Japanese knife to cut that slit where the elastic is going to sit through. Here I'm using Eco Weld, which is a water-based adhesive, before extending that to the edges and setting those pieces together. I didn't have my hammer on hand, so I used the back of my felt tip marker. Whatever works, right? Now I'm using my Japanese edge knife to get rid of some of the edges that stuck off the sides a little bit. And here's my corner punch to get some rounded corners. And a wing divider to place where my stitches are going to sit. Now time to hammer out some holes for the stitching. Time to stitch it up. Be sure to burn the ends of your thread so that it doesn't pull through the stitching. And let's take a break to get some rest.
One sleep later.
Well, today's a new day. We gotta finish this leather cover, but let's make some coffee first. And back to the crafting. I like to do a sort of sanding and burnishing from 60 grit through the grits all the way up to 600 grit. And I save my edge beveling until right before the 600 grit. And then I will do my 600 grit sanding, add the edge dye, and then I will actually start burnishing the final burnish. Using some canvas and that's water toconal mixture. Before I will then add the actual toconal itself without any water and using a fine cloth, like not canvas, like an old shirt or something like that, and burnishing it really nice until you get a nice looking edge. My experience with chrome tan leather is that it's kind of difficult to get a really nice edge as opposed to vegetable tan leather, which is a lot more dry. So it takes a little bit more elbow grease, a little more time to get a desirable edge. Now if you end up making this, my suggestion is to put in both sides at the same time. Don't do one side and then the other, it's kind of a headache. But put them both in at the same time and it's going to be a lot easier. This is a lot more forgiving than the soft notebooks just because it's a little bit more sturdy, I'd say. And that's it. Let's check that out one more time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something. My hope is that you maybe got inspired to make your own habit tracker journal for the new year and maybe even a leather cover for it. Or if you have a Moleskine notebook like this one and you want a leather cover for it, let me know in the comments below and I'll make some. I've linked the videos to Dominic Hart and Peter McKinnon's YouTube videos where they share their process on their habit tracker journals. It's their method, so I won't attempt to explain it. But why not head into 2026 with intent to make it even better than last year? If you want to support my channel, head to patreon.com/legacybrandleather. Be sure to give me a follow on Instagram @legacybrandleather. I share product photos, process photos, and general rugged vibes. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up below and please subscribe. That shows me that you want to see more videos and more content like this. And on a more candid note, I've really missed shooting some videos for YouTube and sharing them with you. I'm looking forward to putting out some more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.